Hello Year 8 and welcome to Lesson 3 in your Day of the Dead project with the theme of layers. What we're going to focus on today is creating our layered collage for the mouth, and you will need your glue stick, pencil, rubber for any mistakes, a pair of scissors. Obviously you'll need the work that you've done in the last two lessons, and we need our help sheet so that we've got examples to work from. Right, first thing I'm going to do is create a rough shape for where my mouth is going to go. So I'm going to take some of the brown paper that I used as a background around the eyes, and I've got a piece of paper that I know is easily bigger than the mouth shape that I want to make. And I need to refine this shape. So what I need to do is find the widest point of my mouth, which should be along the centre line. And I'm just going to mark on my piece of paper slightly wider than that shape, and I'm going to take it to the other end of the paper and I'm going to do the same. What I can do now is cut this into a strip which should be just slightly wider than the mouth itself. Okay, so I should now have a piece of brown paper slightly wider than the mouth. What I'm going to do next is measure the length of the mouth. And I'm going to go just beyond again, just a fraction beyond the length. I'm going to mark it up and then I'm going to cut those ends off. Okay, so my piece of brown paper now should be the same length as the mouth and just a tiny bit wider. Okay, right, I'm going to shape it slightly, so I'm going to slide my piece of brown paper across so I can see just that end there. I'm going to mark where the width is, and I'm just going to shape that end and I'm going to do the same here. So I'm going to follow the curve that I've made for my mouth. Okay, and once I've got my two ends marked up, I know that I need to go to the middle, just inside the width of my paper, so I can now create a shape joining up the middle and the ends of my mouth shape. Like so. Okay, now I should be able to cut this out, creating a shape similar to the one I already have. Okay, so that now should fit onto the mouth like this. Okay. Right, there is a line that I've marked on the mouth underneath that shows where my top teeth go and where my bottom teeth go. Now again, I can judge the size of this line if I use one of my spare pencils. I go from the top using the top of the pencil and my thumb, pinching it onto the pencil. If I go to the middle here, and I should be able to mark out where that line is, and I'm just going to do a curved line, and it's a gentle curve down to that point from the edge, and it gently curves back up on this side. Okay. Right, I need to start making teeth, and I need to make sure, if you look at your example, that I have some symmetry with my teeth, an equal number either side of the centre of the mouth. So what I'm going to do first is take my mouth, and I'm going to fold it over and put a crease in the middle so I know where I'm starting from. Okay. Right, I'm going to use the slightly off-white paper that you should have in your pack, and I've cut a strip which I know is just wider than that part of the mouth, the top part of the mouth, and this is what I'm going to start making my teeth from. If I go to the middle, and I've decided I quite like these sort of teardrop shaped teeth on the skull on your example sheet, so that's the bottom right skull I'm going to use. I can see where the tooth needs to come down to because of my line, and I'm going to make a drawing of that tear-shaped tooth. And what I'm going to do now is I'm going to fold the paper underneath, so you can see I'm folding that tooth over the top of the other paper. I'm going to cut that shape out so that I can put that piece of paper to one side, and then I'm going to cut around the shape I've just drawn, and as I'm doing so I'm cutting through 2 layers of paper so that I'm creating 2 teeth, not 1, and they should be the same. The one I drew I'm going to turn over and place the opposite side of the line to where I drew it, and that one is going to go there. And what you can do now, don't glue down the background of the mouth. I'll show you why we're not going to glue that down yet, a bit later on. But what you can do is you can start to glue the teeth into place. So if you take your glue stick, bit of glue on the one side, and pop your tooth on right next to that centre line. Bit of glue onto this one, and I'm putting it on the side that the pencil mark is on, so that I can't see the lines around the outside of my tooth, and I'm going to stick that down. Okay, so I'm going to carry on doing that, so I need my strip of paper again. I'm going to put it next to the tooth I've just made, so I can judge the size that I need. And again, I'm going to go for that teardrop type shape. Now what is important is each tooth that you do, moving away from the centre, should be smaller than the last one you made. So they should get gradually smaller as we move towards the corners of the mouth. Again, I've folded my bit of paper under so that I'm cutting out 2 teeth at a time. And just cut out that teardrop shape. And again, the one that's got the pencil mark on is now going to go to the opposite side of the mouth and be turned over, and that one's going to be stuck down on that side of the mouth. Okay, so we need to carry on to make all the top teeth by using your paper, measuring the next size tooth you need, cutting through 2 sheets of paper to create symmetry within the mouth. Right, the bottom set of teeth, slightly different shape on my example here. They're a bit flatter, so they don't come down in so much of a teardrop shape. So I'll start from the middle again, but actually they've got a bit of a flatter edge here. And it's more that kind of shape. And again, once I've drawn it, I can fold it that way, or I can fold it the other way, as long as I've got another piece of paper behind it. And take off the excess a minute. and I can cut around that shape. And again, one with a pencil mark on will go that side, and we're going to butt them up against the top teeth. So we want them close to the top teeth. Not so worried about them being close to the edge of the mouth shape. I'd rather they were close to the top teeth. Okay? Right, so you need to carry on creating your teeth along the top and the bottom. And again, remember, you can stick yours down once you've cut them. So as you're working out, stick your teeth down each time you cut them. Right, this is the reason now why I haven't stuck my mouth shape down yet, because that shape is very basic and I want to make it look a bit more interesting. Now I'm going to have a bit of a problem because I've marked all my underdrawing up in dark pen so that you can see it easier on the video. So I'm going to have a bit of pen showing when I cut this. So I'm going to use my fine liner to do a bit of colouring as well. If you look at the teeth on your example sheet, you will see on the background colour you have got ridges on a lot of them around where the teeth are. So where the teeth are, this paper is higher and it comes into a dip as you get to the other side or in between the teeth. So I'm just going to work my way around and cut some shape into this outside piece of paper. Okay. I need to do the same this side. Remember, it's higher where the teeth are going into the skull and it dips in between the teeth. Okay, so far I've done the top, and you can see now that that shape of the mouth is a lot more interesting than it was before. I'm going to do the same around the bottom teeth. Okay. Right, so once I've finished with that shape, I just need my glue stick, and I need to get some glue on the back of the whole of the mouth. Right, make sure again that you're marking it up so it's central before you stick it down, so make sure the centre of your face is in between those middle teeth. And as I said with mine, because I've got these little black marks where I put my outline for my mouth, I'm just going to take my fine liner and I'm just going to put some shadow in where I've got those gaps. Right, you're right, that is quite fiddly today, particularly doing those little teeth. So good luck with that. I hope you enjoy it, and don't forget you need to photograph each stage of your work and upload it so that your teachers can see how you're getting on.